Okay, good. Thank you.
Well, I have it marked white.
No.
Okay.
You want here? Yep. All right, so again, guys, do the warm up while I come around and check the 4.7 worksheet.
I'm gonna call attendance, so.
Guys, can you listen, please?
Fernando? Here. Laura? Laura?
No, I didn't see that.
Yusuf? Two? Two? William?
Here.
Jonathan?
Thanks so much. I was so lost.
Simple? Adams?
Put me on to look at the wine.
Peter? Peter?
Wait, what are they?
Leo?
White.
Gianna? Tiger? Serene? Alden?
No, it's
Isabel? Isabel? Jayla?
Where's his wine?
Yuhan? Will? Joseph? Joseph? Joseph?
Yeah.
Sarah?
That's 5 hours.
Nick?
Here. It is. No, it's telling you it.
Mark?
Because I know. It's negative conscious, because it's the shortest way around. How do you get the shortest way to the, how do you get the shortest way to the second quadrant?
Go right there.
Why do you eat you? Oh.
Let me check this out real quick.
And anyone absent yesterday needing the worksheet?
Are we gonna review the homework?
Yep. And tomorrow, remember, there is an exit card. Yes, Will. Sure. And stuff is posted on Canvas, so if you don't have a sheet, a blank is up there, and as of this morning, I posted a answer key. But the way we do these, so Lynn, you want to explain what your tutor person was helping you?
I don't know.
He said it like clicked, so they should be hired, not me.
Clicked to me when I looked at the unit circle, and for like, I think it only works with cosine and sine though. Like when I have to find the sine inverse of 1/2, I look for like, with the right side of it, I look for 1/2, and I know that makes no sense, and I got piled with it.
Okay.
But like for cosine inverse.
Thing is, you gotta have the whole unit circle to do that? Like sitting in front of you to be able to do it?
No, but I need to memorize the unit circle then.
Okay, well,
I'm a little behind.
I don't have the unit circle memorized. I do what Sarah was about to say. She said, I just do the triangles, and that's why I have them drawn around the room. Across from pi over 3 is root 3. So Sarah, what do you say you do it with the triangles?
So basically, like if it's sine, like for sine.
This one is cosine.
For cosine, square root over 3 over 2. I just look. So square root 3 has to be the adjacent for this one because it's cosine.
Okay.
And the hypotenuse.
Hold on. Do you hear what she said? She said for this one, since cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, you said the root 3 has to be,
adjacent, and then the 2 is the hypotenuse. So, and then like the adjacent,
so that side is adjacent to which angle?
it's adjacent to root 6. Square
Pi over 6.
pi over 6.
Another word, I hear you.
Just know the reference angle is pi over 6.
And that it's positive, I want it from the first quadrant. And Mr. Careless was at TAP yesterday, and she said, if you're doing cosine inverse, and it's like one that you can be able to do, your answers are gonna be 0, pi over 6, pi over 4, pi over 3, pi over 2, 2 pi over 3, 3 pi over 4, 5 pi over 6, or pi. Those are all the possible answers, no more, no less.
I would struggle with like when you know it's negative and when you know it's not negative.
Okay,
because The
right
left of that is negative and then the right of that.
First of all, if the ratio is positive, the angle is positive. And cosine, angles for negative cosine ratios are gonna come out of quadrant 2.
Yeah.
They just do.
Yeah.
At this point, they just do. Sine, negative angles, all right, sine is gonna come out of here. And all of your answers are going to be either pi over 2, pi over 3, pi over 4, pi over 6, 0, and then negative pi over 3, negative pi over 4, negative pi over 3, or negative pi over 2. Those are all the options.
Yeah.
Okay, this is negative, so am I gonna have a negative angle or not?
Yes.
For sine, yes, I will have a negative angle. So now I'm gonna use Sarah's trick.
Negative pi over 6.
Well, we already put the negative on here. So using Sarah's trick of go to the triangle, 1. Where is 1 opposite? It is opposite pi over 6. And you guys said it's a negative ratio, so it's gonna be a negative angle because of the sine. Good? Here's a question? No? Okay. All right, back to cosine. Cosine, it's a negative. It is not gonna be a negative angle though, because it's cosine, negative angles come out of quadrant 2. Or the negative ratios angles. So this one, Fernando, that cosine of positive root 3 over 2 was pi over 6. What is cosine of negative root 3 over 2? No, cosine's different. Cosine, that angle comes out of here. Nick, what's it gonna be?
Pi over 6.
5 pi over 6, that reference angle over here. All right,
What
and
about our cosine? I'll ask you.
Mia?
Can you explain why it's not negative?
Okay, let's look at the first day of this, which was an absolute train wreck, and it always is. There's cosine, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. For inverse to exist, it needs to pass the horizontal line test. Cosine fails the horizontal line test all over the place. So I need to put a little viewfinder on here that gives me every y value of cosine. And that's from 0 to pi. Or we can think about it this way. All the positives come from quadrant 1. Negative cosine values come from quadrant 2 and quadrant 3. It is weird to say, well, I'm gonna pick positive ratios from here, negative ratios from like this disjoint far away thing. Ugh, don't wanna do that. So just gotta have it memorized at this point. Cosine is gonna come from quadrants 1 and 2. That negative root 3 over 2 is at the 5 pi over 6. Joey, how do I, this is the one that threw a lot of people off.
Pi over 4.
Well, it's easy.
So Joey, why is it pi over 4?
Because it's root 2 over root 2.
So as using Sarah's trick, it's tangent of what angle makes it 1, but it's really 1 over 1. What's the triangles that has opposite and adjacent 1 over 1? The angle would be pi over
Oh, so you don't do that like tan is like Y over.
I mean, you can. Okay,
How
but
did they get 0 though?
yeah, all right. So here's the worksheet, the answers, and can you guys check? And we will go over especially the bottom couple because some of you didn't like those at all.
What's that say, buddy? Negative pi 6.
It says 5 pi over 6 on number 10, the one that
Oh,
we
I was
were
looking at number 7, bro.
What?
Pi over 9?
Sorry, that's a 4.
Yo, things are looking good.
That's a negative pi over
I'm gonna
4.
see you after class, buddy.
I mean,
There's gonna be an issue.
I mean,
Keep looking at
who's
me.
right there?
Keep looking at me like that, there's gonna be an issue.
So,
I have a question.
careful. Tycho's namesake lost his nose in a duel at his cousin's wedding because they were fighting about math.
That's true.
They had a sword fight
You
and he cut
serious?
his nose off. Tycho brought him.
Tell you, your dad got in a sword fight.
Yeah.
Where's the nose now? Why do you-
Namesake, he's named after Tycho Brahe, the physics dude that he was.
He also threw a party and killed him. He fell down the stairs.
A moose?
Whoa,
Okay.
this is on bro, come on.
All
This is
right.
who you're named. This is who you're named after, Psycho?
We're inspired.
Yeah, well, who are you named after, huh?
I'm named after myself.
St. Nicholas.
Actually, my middle name's named after my dad's best friend.
Santa.
I mean, so, cool, but I like this.
That's pretty cool.
That's.
Sorry. You guys are losing, bro.
And he has two
So,
last
Tycho,
names.
don't take on all of those attributes. He was crazy. Brilliant, but crazy. So you can just be smart, but not crazy.
Oh, okay.
I think he's the opposite.
Okay,
Oh.
Dang, that was
all right.
that was
Questions about these? Someone, people were asking about how do we get the zeros? All right,
Oh wait, no. 17, 18,
Okay.
19, 20.
zeros. That's when we use this guy. All right. What two quadrants does sine come from?
A Y. It's
The sine is the y value. Right?
what? Oh.
4.
1 and 4. So in 1 and 4, Sarah's saying sine is the y value. Which y value, angle of which y value is 0?
Why?
What angle makes this
0.
Negative pi over 2. Oh,
The y value, you said the y value.
yeah.
Which of these in here to there has a y value of 0? 0. John, that other way? You don't get that. Okay. You said sine is the y value.
Yeah.
So the y value is -1, 0, 1, 0. So where's the y value 0 at
Oh, I get it.
0 and pi? We need to pick the one that's inside this one.
I was thinking of like a fraction, so I was thinking about like 0 over -1. Like I was,
Yeah,
But
that's
it's
just,
negative pi over.
just fine when sine is 0.
Okay, Gianna, what quadrants do the cosine restricted things come from? 2 and 3.
Will, the answer for 13 is
In
0.
negative angles.
Yeah, I know, but like, it's also very, that's
2 and 3 is where cosine's
Yeah.
negative. What two quadrants
would you do
do?
2 pi?
Guys, you're too loud.
The angle of 2 pi is also 0.
So we do radians now.
Because you're trash talking in math, that's great, but shut up. So, Gianna, like all angles are gonna come from, all positives are gonna come from quadrant 1. Negative ratios for cosine, okay, cosine's negative in quadrant 2 and 3, but I only want one of them, which is the one we take? 2. So, somehow is cosine the x coordinate or the y coordinate? X. So, meaning what angle makes cosine 0? The x value 0. Pi over 2. So at pi over 2, the x value is 0, or at pi over 2, cosine is 0.
Okay, I have a question.
Yeah.
So Will was saying, since it's radians, we're doing radians now, he wants the answer to be 2 pi for the sine 0.
Would that not work?
But it's not.
I mean,
Restricted, if I tell you, like, I tell you the thing that you're going for is straight ahead, okay, The thing that you wanna get to is straight ahead. Are you gonna do it like, turn around first and then go? Or are you gonna be like, I'll just walk forward? What is the easiest
You're on
thing?
the bell.
Just walk forward. So while 0, 2 pi, 4 pi, 6 pi, they're all
What
coterminal.
about 0?
I want the shorter answer. So I want the 0 when
Pi
it's
over zero.
restricted. When it's restricted, I just want the 0. Sorry, Serene, what?
0 pi.
But the 2 pi, it still works.
It's like the 2 pi's
Okay.
long, though, right?
Okay, realistically, if you're at home,
longer, yeah, but it's.
All right, guys, stop. Hold on. The answer to this, what is sine 0? Yes, sine of 0 is 0, sine of 2 pi is 0, sine of 4 pi is 0, sine of 56 pi is 0. Restricted, so when these should have all been written with capitals, and I asked you guys to change them. If it's restricted, give me the smallest, easiest angle, which is 0 and 0 only. SATs and AP exams, one answer, it's got to be the 0. So Serene and Will are right that sine of 2 pi is also 0. That's restricted wise. The angle I want is 0, not 2 pi.
Stay to number
Alright.
8.
Yeah.
I'm confused for like another 10, like why is it 5 pi over 6 instead of just?
Yeah, that was.
Okay, so 9 and 10.
No, 8 and 10.
8 and 10?
Yeah.
Okay, 8 and 10.
because cosine can only be in
Okay.
the first or second quadrant.
Negative cosines, negative cosine ratios comes from quadrant 2. Okay? Across from pi over 3 is root 3. So Sarah says, where is root 3 adjacent? It is adjacent at pi over 6, but I want it in this quadrant. So that pi over 6 angle, what takes me to here?
Oh, I thought you'd do the leftovers though.
The leftovers are the reference angle. We found the reference angle is pi over 6. To find the real angle, I need to subtract. This one, where's cosine, where's 1 adjacent? 1 is adjacent to pi over 3, but I want pi over 3 in this quadrant. So that's 1/3, but this is 2/3.
So you would always find it was left, and then we just have to do whatever.
If you know what the reference angle is, so Sarah's saying finding where's cosine a half, cosine is a half at pi over 3, that's my reference angle. And sometimes if it's in quadrant 1, the reference angle is your angle, and you're done. But this one was negative, I need to go over there. Reference angle is pi over 3, so the bigger angle, 3/3 minus 1/3 is 2/3. Adam?
Is there like a formula for going to degrees for radians?
Yeah. I'm not gonna tell you because we don't like those no more. Wait, hold on, type up.
Wait, is it on the second quadrant because the negative is where we just like bring it over?
The cosine, yes.
Helps.
Oh, okay.
You can do like,
Look at
if you know
number
the
18.
reference angle is
But
pi
if it
over
was positive, it
6,
would just be in the.
and you know you have to subtract it from 180, like do 6 pi over 6 minus pi over 6, or like 1 pi over 6. And that would equal 5 pi over
Fernando, what was
6.
the promise you said earlier?
Oh, I was just explaining why it's 5 pi.
Okay.
Wait, can I actually get an explanation? To help people
Well,
understand?
Just
we did it twice, but if you have a thing for these guys,
Okay, well,
I need help.
okay, guys, these are ones that threw people off.
well, for the 5 pi, I feel like you probably did just say it, but like you gotta go back to looking at cost, like and how, with sine and tangent, the fourth quadrant's always gonna be where the negative goes.
For sine and tangent.
But with cosine, the second quadrant is gonna be where the negative goes. So you just have to like, in your head, kind of think your triangle should be able to fit into the second quadrant, and then from there, make your like reference angles. Like,
Okay,
fit.
okay, and these guys, remember sine comes from these two quadrants, which Fernando just said. Sine is the y value. Where is the y value? Positive 1, right here, pi over 2. Cosine comes from these two quadrants. Where is cosine positive 1? Cosine is the x value. Where is the x value 1 at 0? Where is tangent 0? All right, tangent, that's more of a pain. Tangent is opposite over adjacent. So whereas y over x, 0 at 0. This is at 0 degrees, this is 0 over 1, which is 0. Whereas sine negative 1, okay, this is where sine comes from, where's the y value negative 1 at negative pi over 2. Whereas cosine negative 1, where's the x value negative 1 at pi.
So, when does, I feel like we're really focusing on 1, 2, and 4, so when does quadrant 3 come?
It doesn't, it's ignored.
We don't like
It
it.
is dead to us.
Wait, what are the tangent quadrants, 1 and?
So
4, I thought. Tangent?
this little mnemonic, the cost of doing trig inverse, it's the cost of doing business. Cosine negatives come from here, there's the O is the origin, sine and tangent come from 4.
The sine and tangent negative though come from the quadrant 4.
Correct.
And the cosine negatives come from there.
Quadrant
And you
2.
would get the cosine negatives if you have like for example, like number 8 where it's like maybe 1/2 and then you have the reference. Okay, now
Yep.
alright.
Okay,
That's
okay, all right.
cool.
It's only gonna get better from here, but William's like ahead of the game. Can you take the things out of here? Thank you.
We gotta solve.
Algebra 2, you guys do this. You guys, right?
Decide how.
Do this. Do this.
Oh, I forgot. Does that mean the 0 goes in for x?
I'm finished.
You finished, what's the answer to the first
Oh,
one?
I'm thinking that's one.
We're gonna be doing all that. Literally solve it inside and then plugging that.
That is right. Oh,
Whatever,
the next one
Okay.
is 4. No, no.
Wait, so.
Those
Okay.
The next one is 3.
Yon, how do I start to do this one? I got some wrong answers.
Just, x equals 0 with fx, you get -1.
And now,
And now you get 3 multiplied by 1 minus 1, you get -1.
okay, so do you guys remember this from algebra 2?
Yep.
Okay, the answer is no. Take the inside thing first. What is f of 0? Okay, well, let's look at it. F of 0, Yon said, plug in 0, 3 times 0 is 0, minus 1, so it's -1. So this thing goes away and gets replaced with what f of 0 is. Now let's take that guy. F of -1, he said 3 times -1 is -3, subtract another 1, it's -4. So Alvin, how do I do the second one?
You plug in x.
So f of 1 is 2, so I'm gonna get rid of f of 1 and put in what that equals. And I get 2. And now f of 2 is 3 times 2 minus 1, which is 5. Okay? So it's like unwrapping a present, but you gotta start on the inside and go out. Is it?
So it's like
Rapid fire.
Yes.
So whatever you put in the x, like you take,
Okay, where did the 2 come from? I'm gonna do the inside first, f of 1. F of 1, well, wherever x is, I'm gonna replace it with whatever number I put in there. So 3 times 1 is 3, then minus 1. So f of 1 was actually 2. Okay, so that's where the 2 came from. I'm gonna get rid of this, and it's now f of 2. Now I gotta do the whole darn thing again. F of 2 is 3 times 2 minus 1, which is, cool? Alright. Okay. Alright guys, can you write this first problem down?
Wow.
Write down what's that. Okay. You guys have the problem written down?
Yeah.
Serene, you got it written? Okay. So this is 4/3. Do I know what angle makes tangent 4/3? It's 52 degrees, but you know, it's not unit circle. Okay, guys, we're not gonna do it that way. I'm gonna show you the trick. Let's look at the inside first. I need to draw the triangle. What quadrant am I gonna draw this in if tangent is positive? And it's restricted. First, all positives come out of the first quadrant. So everybody draw the triangle in quadrant 1 like that. So Jayla, if tangent is 4/3, what sides of this triangle do I know? I asked Jayla.
You know the off and
Okay, so opposite, is that the slanty, the straight up and down, or the flat?
it's smoke. I like colors.
So the straight up and down. So
Yeah.
we know that this one is what?
4.
This is 4. And the 3, which one is the 3? The hypotenuse or the flat?
The flop.
The flat. Okay. Because I know what tangent is. Tangent is opposite over adjacent. I don't know what the angle is, but I know that. Pythagorean theorem. Ben, using Pythagorean theorem, what's the longest? What's the hypotenuse?
It's 5.
5.
Oh,
A lot
it's
of-
a 3, 4, 5 triangle.
It's
That's
a
why.
3, 4, 5 triangle.
So a lot of you just know
I
this
said
one.
it first, bro. I said it first.
I thought it's 4
All right, people, shush.
Come on, you.
Okay, so here we go. Tan inverse gives you an angle. I don't know the measure of the angle, but I gave it a name. Where's tangent inverse 4/3? Theta. Do I know, Maya, looking at the triangle, what is sine of theta with the markings that I have on there?
4/5.
Oh, very nice, Maya, good job. Yeah. You sound very loud over here. So you were able to do the answer without actually getting out a calculator, without finding the angle. All right, okay. Happy, that's the answer.
That's it.
That's it.
Wow.
Wait,
It's done?
That's it, it's
Wow.
done.
Way up.
Way up.
Okay.
Okay, all right. Monica, where do I draw the triangle for, where do I draw the triangle for negative sine? Okay, which one? 4. Okay. And I'm gonna give that angle a name. How do I label the sides?
You put opposite of theta 5,
Opposite of theta is 5,
and then the hypotenuse is 8.
the hypotenuse is 8. I should add thank you. I was gonna say I should add a
Oh, yeah.
detail, that it went down, it should be negative. Okay. So, all right, the hypotenuse is never negative, but guys, we are gonna get to this thing called polars.
Come on. Oh, no.
Oh, that's
All
from
right,
science.
y'all, just wanna not lie to you. There will be times when it's negative, but it means direction, just like negative angles go that way and positive angles go this way. So in polars, they'll be like facing this way, go -2, so you walk backwards 2 units. So, but for here, we're always gonna be positive, okay? So Pythagorean theorem, what is this side?
X squared minus negative 5.
64 minus 25, so,
39.
all right. So I don't know what this angle is, but I gave it a name.
39 over -5.
So cotangent of theta, looking at cotangent, that's adjacent over opposite. Root 39 over -5. Normally we put the negative up front, somewhere. So as Will said in the beginning, We should put that negative on there so that we make sure to get this correct. All right, what do you think?
I think that's like easier than what we were doing with the
So
RPG.
much easier.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's so much.
That's
easier.
so much weight.
That's weight.
Oh, they got it.
Yeah, Bada.
Oh, look, it's art. It's bad.
What's that? These guys uppercase.
Wait, Miss B?
Yep.
What was the cotangent one?
It was negative root 39 over 5.
Oh, okay.
Okay, guys, can you try these two and then we need to move on to things that you might hopefully not find evil? From the table. Oh, there you go. Going back.
One over.
Say negative?
Do those two, are they both positive? So it's gonna be. I don't know. Which one is that? Do I know what angle tangent makes tangent root 3? Pi over 3.
So sine of pi over 3 is root 3 over 2.
So these are supposed to be easier because we're supposed to know the unit circle, but if we don't, go back to across from pi over 3 is root 3. So this two. This is just parallel. So where is opposite over adjacent root 3? You already said the answer to this, pi over 3. And sine of pi over 3, opposite over hypotenuse is root 3 over 2.
I don't get this one.
This one's gross. Yusuf, where, hold on, where do I draw the triangle? Yusuf.
Yes.
Yeah. It's positive, so it's
Pi over
the other
6.
first quadrant. And it's adjacent over hypotenuse. This is not a unit circle-y kind of thing. Adam, how do I find the up-down stick? How do I find that?
The square root of 3 squared plus, like, x squared, or, yeah, a squared is equal to 3 squared.
What is the square root of 3?
3.
Squared, 3, okay. So a squared equals 6, so a is root 6. Okay. Well,
Why is it not? Yeah, that was gonna be root 3 or 1 over root 3 because 3
that's
1 over
tangent.
6.
Our tangent would do those things. This is not unit circle.
It's root 6 over 3.
They were mean to you and they took a ratio that works for tangent
Oh,
and cotangent, but it doesn't work for cosine. Liv? Here. So I don't know what that angle is, because it's not a unit circle angle, but I can now do sine of theta by looking at the picture I drew. Opposite over hypotenuse.
Yay.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Wouldn't you get the same answer even if you didn't know where on the circle it was?
It matters in the positives and negatives.
Thank you.
Hey, like,
What?
take one in the back, guys. All right. I need to do one more. Not all of it. Okay, I handed that out a little bit too early. Can we look at number 2, and then we're gonna start the worksheet. So, Fernando, thank you for volunteering. Sine of 5 pi over 6. We're gonna do the inside first. What is sine of 5 pi over 6?
So I'm gonna, okay.
Okay, what quadrant is it in?
That is gonna be in the third quadrant. Because if it's 3
This is 3 pi over 3.
In the fourth quadrant?
This is 6 pi over 3. Oh, 1 or 4.
I'm gonna go 4 actually.
So sign positive or negative there?
Negative.
Negative. Okay. Then the reference angle is what?
Pi over 6. 3. It's right there, yeah.
1/3. And the 18th time to get today. Across from pi over 3 is root 3. What is sine of pi over 3?
Square root of 3 over 2.
Square root of 3 over 2. Okay,
Thanks, Nick.
so we just solved this part. We did the inside. So Monica, arc sine of negative root 3 over 2. What quadrants gives us the negative sign stuff? 4. Miliel, what is the angle going to be that makes arc sine, capital arc sine, negative root 3 over 2?
Negative pi over 3.
Negative pi over 3. Yes. All right. What's the big deal? Normally, arc sine and sine, if you multiply by 3 and then divide by 3, you should get the same blasted number out, right? So if you do sine and arc sine of the same thing, you should get the same number out, and we didn't. What is the square root of x squared?
X.
X. What sign is written out in front of the square root? It's positive, or is it a plus minus? Like there's nothing written. Is it positive?
Oh, it's plus minus.
Minus.
Okay. I might have just tricked you. Erase. Okay. If I tell you x squared equals 25, what is x? You are putting the square root in. You need to do plus minus. If I tell you x equals the square root of 25, the sign's not written, but it's already there. It's just the positive. So this guy, if I would say the square root of negative 5 squared is positive 25. That had a positive on it. So the square root of that negative 5 squared didn't spit out a negative 5. It spit out a positive 5. So sometimes there's wrinkles, like this one. There was a wrinkle. I got a negative ratio, and then because it was restricted, Miliel gave me the correct answer. Down here, I wanted negative pi over 3. That was the restricted answer. Okay? So 5 pi over 3 got shaved down to become negative pi over 3. Yeah. It gets tricky. So, your homework is the odds only. So get working with your partner now. And Mia, if you want to work with Serene, who doesn't have a partner. Yeah, both sides. Sorry, guys. If you have time to do it now. Yes.
So here, he said, this was negative.
Well, sorry.
I don't understand how.
Okay. So the ratio was root 39 over negative 5, which is what you have written, and that's correct. If it's on the SATs or a multiple choice question on any standardized test, you never put the negative down low. They usually write it that way, they put the negative out front. I usually write it with the negative on top, because I hate the negative in front bar being on the same line I always do. So all 3 of those are the correct. So guys, draw triangles, label them.
We're gonna have conflict with
We'll have some of them, yeah.
Just for today, or what we did.
That can be on there. Okay. The homework is 1 to 39, the odds. So that's any question.
So we need to draw for doing
It would be a really good idea. And the first couple should be easy.
No, we're all.
So say if it was like square root of 3 over 2, then we do 1 over square root of 3. I'm just confused about how to like switch it because this isn't like a part.
Yeah, that's 1 over 2. Yep. Yep.
Since we moved with these ones, we haven't moved on from the initial, so this would be 1 over root 2, right?
So that's number 3. So, yes.
But then for like the sine, cosine, these ones we have moved on, so you could have a root 2 over 2. You could have like a triangle.
Okay. Root 2 over 2 and 1 over the square root of 2 are equal.
Yeah.
So where,
I'm just confused because I'm wondering if we had something like that and then it like wasn't root 3 over.
okay, okay.
Maybe it was this one.
Yeah. If it was our cosine of root 3 over 3 like it was a second ago, that's not on the unit circle. Our tan, those ratios are. But, well, if you need to, we can do this one
Why is our tan on the our cosine isn't?
with that number.
It would be like 30, it would be like 30, 69.
Yeah, okay. One thing at a time, let's see. We could do this with the old school thought, like, or actually what we just did. Quadrant 1, because it's positive.
Yeah.
Adjacent is root 2, and hypotenuse is 2. Finding that guy. So root 2 squared plus a squared equals 2 squared. 2 plus a squared equals 4. A squared equals 2, so a is root 2.
Yeah.
What I do next? Is that not working? Okay. Uh-huh. If I shrink everybody, divide everybody by root 2, this becomes a 1, that becomes a 1, and 2.
Yeah, so then it'd be 5 over 4. For that one.
For this one. And I'd rather you recognize that root 2 over 2 is the same as 1 over 2.
And for this one, I don't know why our
So these angles, for sine and cosine, I'm going to get root 3 over 2, 1 over 2. Tangent, I'm going to get root 3 or 1 over 3. So tangent uses these two guys, so I'm going to get the root 3. Cosine and sine use their hypotenuse, so they're going to get you that.
So like